What up, YouTube? Here with a post-fight video of the David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant fight. Now, before I give y'all the summary of what happened in the fight, I'm going to tell y'all the results first. David Benavidez was able to win this fight via decision. I personally had the fight score 115 to 113 in favor of Benavidez. And to sum up what happened in the fight, this was a close competitive fight. Benavidez edged out Caleb Plant, and he dominated at the end of the fight. When Caleb Plant showed that he was fatigued, that's when David Benavidez took advantage, and that's where he had his best moments. And David Benavidez, majority of his successes in this fight came from when he would be at a closer range, and when the fight was being fought on the inside, and whenever he would have Caleb Plant trapped at certain spots in the ring, that's when David Benavidez were able to land his most successful and effective shots. And Caleb Plant, his successes came from more in the earlier rounds, and when he was on the move, and when he would be at a comfortable range far away from where David Benavidez could get in close to be on the attack. And Caleb Plant showed his superiority when it came to speed, when it comes to the footwork and the hand speed, and David Benavidez showed superiority when it came to the power and the effects that the shots would leave. If you compare Caleb Plant's punches that was landing on David Benavidez to what Benavidez was landing on Caleb Plant, it definitely showed with the reactions, and you can look at both fighters after the fight on who had the more effective shots, and it was clearly David Benavidez who had the heavier shots. And David Benavidez, he did a good job towards the middle rounds when he would started to catch the rhythm and the pattern of Caleb Plant, and started to do a better job at cutting off the ring and catching Caleb Plant from hitting him and moving. And Caleb Plant, he's got fast hands, as I mentioned before. He's very technical, and he's got good combos, and he goes upstairs and downstairs. And he was flourishing in the earlier rounds, as I said before, but as the fight went on and towards the middle rounds, as I said, that's when David Benavidez started to pursue the action and started finding success and started getting in range to where he could let off his shots and land them. Because when it came to accuracy, Caleb Plant was landing the more accurate shots. However, it wasn't having the same effects as when Benavidez would land his shots on Caleb Plant. And now that leaves David Benavidez being the top contender at the super middleweight division. As y'all know, the undisputed super middleweight champion, Saul Canelo Alvarez, he got a fight coming up in May, and if he's successful at defending his undisputed super middleweight title come May, then that leaves Benavidez to challenge for that undisputed super middleweight title. Mind ya, David Benavidez, he is undefeated. He was a former WBO super middleweight champion that never lost the title, and I said in the preview video that I made for this fight that David Benavidez is the most worthy contender, and if he was able to get past Caleb Plant, which he did this past Saturday, or this fight was actually 2 weeks ago. I know I'm a little late with the post-fight video. Anyways, that's neither here or there. David Benavidez, if he were to get past Caleb Plant, which he did, that will make him the top contender, and he did that in a good, competitive, close fight. And this was an impressive performance versus another top level fighter in the super middleweight division, and I think David Benavidez is only really the name left that Canelo Alvarez has to fight to officially stamp himself as the undisputed super middleweight champion. He already got that crown, and he's fought everyone else that he can at the super middleweight division except for David Benavidez. And whenever boxing outlets will ask Saul Canelo Alvarez, what about David Benavidez? What about giving him a shot? And Saul Canelo Alvarez would tell the boxing journalist that David Benavidez ain't done enough. Well, now, I mean, he's got a long list of names that he's overcame, and now he defeated a high-quality fighter known as Caleb Plant. Now, I think he's definitely planted himself as worthy of challenging for that super middleweight title, and I think that that's the ultimate fight, the super fight that is to be made as super middleweight. And y'all let me know what y'all opinions are from this fight with David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. Comment y'all opinions and thoughts. Subscribe, share, like, all that good stuff. And that does it for this post-fight video. And I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.